Hello, hello, Shadow players. Welcome to the stream. God, it's been forever since I've done these. So I hope things go well. I hope you guys are well to begin with. Um, but I guess what makes this a terrifying stream is I don't know if the game will work. Because one of the games are from Game Jolt, and I've had trouble with Game Jolt game not working for me. So we'll see how that goes, and then um, stream games I've never had a problem with. The only problem would be the formatting of the ratio. So we'll just see what happens. We have two games on lined up tonight. The first one is going to be from Game Jolt, and it's Apartment 57. The Apartment 57, and it's not very long from what I've seen on YouTube. The gameplay is no more than 20 minutes, but of course, with how terrible of gaming I am, that could be fucking a half an hour to an hour for me. So, but I think we're just gonna get in and give it a whirl. Starting with Apartment 57, and then we'll go into the Echoes of the House. So let's turn these off. I know, kind of an awkward way to start the stream, especially for like a spooky stream. Um, there's just something about those two songs that just give me, I don't know, they take me back to like childhood. So that's why I want to use them tonight. Um, let's see. All right, so I haven't ran this, so we're gonna give it a try. This is Apartment 57. Please work. Please work. That's all I want. Oh, this is normal. Anyway. Of course you do. But no, it's not. And this is what's terrifying about it. The game don't want to work. God, I was looking forward to it too, 'cause it looked like a very interesting game. God damn you with that. Fine. God damn it. This is a demo. I feel so fucking dejected for it. Alright, hold on. This is cancel. Top that. And then don't worry about that. God damn it. I was so up and ready to go too. I was fucking sucks. Why didn't Game Jolt work? Of course, I have a lot of stuff in quarantine as well. Uh, I scanned it for viruses and it said there were no issues. So let me try this again. Um, delete and we'll export it again. Uh, extract. I am hell-bent and determined to play this game. I really should test it before we even start doing it. Alright, fine. Fine, fuck you then. I guess I won't do anything with Game Guild ever again. And that really sucks. Because there's some pretty cool game on there that I want to try. Let's just do it via this. Okay. At least this is running. Go away, Avast. Fuck off. Ooh, very nice. Let me. Oh, I can leave the. Oh, when it's running very, very slow. Or it's causing issue with my. Okay, shit. Let me go into settings and do my normal stuff. Subtitles on. Oh, they are on. Head bubble off. I don't like head bubble. Uh, bump all these to medium. Because that's how my computer works, and hopefully it'll work. Apply. Back. House. Exit of a house. Oh. Okay, I'm not driving. Oh. We're watching. We're lurking. Ooh. Some very nice cinematic shots. Holy shit.
The house is just as I remember it from my childhood. Nothing has changed.
Okay. Find grandma in the house. Grandma? Oh no. Is that grandma? Grandmama? Grandma.
I
Of
should try
course.
Grandma first.
Oh, okay. Shut the door. Door locked. doing this on the wall? Oh. I also never called my grandma. There was always a name that we called them. Hey, grandma.
Christopher, I'm so glad to see you. Come in.
I'm glad to see you too. How was your life? How are you feeling?
To be honest, getting older is starting to show. But it's okay. I'm managing.
Oh.
You haven't been answering the phone lately. I was very worried, so I came over.
I've missed you so much. But a lot has changed since our grandfather passed away.
I miss him so much.
Let me make us some tea.
Wait, let me make the tea myself.
Oh, thank you so much, sweetie.
Make tea. I mean, I understand why she said hour, but oh, a typewriter. I like it. I approve. Still locked. No keys in the inventory. Okay. Oh yeah.
That's strange. There's no water.
Well, that's not good. Well, turn it off then. Yeah, I'm in the fridge. I need to get water. Of course, I need to find the kettle too. No, not there. We're gonna open everything. That like it's annoying. Shut. Shut that. Oh, the kettle's here.
There is no water in the kettle.
Well,
There is no water in the kettle.
well, yeah.
As far as I remember, there was a well behind the house. I hope the water is still clean.
Collect water from the well. Okay.
There's no water in the kettle.
Okay. The well outside? Okay. Grandma, I'm going outside. Just treading to the mash.
It's too dark. I need to find the flashlight. It should be somewhere in the kitchen.
Of course it is. Probably in the junk drawer. Do you ever run cycle? Oops. Even if he did, I couldn't control him. Ah, he does. Aha! The very first one, like, perfect. Add it to the inventory. Where's my inventory? I need my light. There we go. Ooh. Ah. My diary. Yeah, that's a cool looking diary. I like that. Wait a second. I can get hurt? Oh, that's not what I want to see. I hate games like this. Mail? Me and the shift button do not get along. There we go. I went the completely wrong way. Of course. Ah, there it is.
I need a bucket.
Here you go. Ah. Did you leave your light on, dude? I just left the door open. Oops. Turn the flashlight off. Don't waste the battery. Shut that. Wait for the kettle to boil. Oh, okay. It's one of those. Well, that was quick. Grandma?
I need a tea bag. I should look through the cabinets.
Uh, did you not hear the knock on the window? Wait. No, stop it. That's tea, isn't it? That's tea. Okay, maybe not. Ah, you said it right there. How quaint. Oh. Serve to your grandma. I don't like this. I don't like how it's doing that like thud. Turn the water off, dude. That's annoying me. It's 10 years room. Grandmama, I have your tea for you. Okay, I've been expecting her to not be there.
Grandma, I made the tea.
What are you watching? Oh no.
Hello?
Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking kidding me? What a blue ball. Oh man. I kind of want to get it. I think I might go and buy it really quick. $11-minute demo. How dare they? That required me to fucking uh, load the game, and then I have to restart my computer. Well, this is unprecedented. Though I should prepare for this more. Because this stuff always happens. Let me see if there is another, like, psychological or, like, free to play that we can have fun with. With the subgender, no, mood and theme. What is it? Um, Cause I truly enjoy the story rich God dang it. I'm upset that it just didn't work. Ah, feature, story rich. Free to play. Of course, none of these look any sort of good. And most of these are coming soon. Let's see here. Oh, what? October 14th. Oh, but it's a. Oh, no. Don't drop the cake. Oh, boy. It paid me. Ooh. A short gothic horror visual novel about art, pain, and love. Ooh, yes. Let's give it a shot. I hope this will work. We're gonna give it a shot because normally I have trouble with doing games like this. It pains me. Yes. I am determined to do more than one game. Ooh. This game can get themed and depiction of violent death, body horror, chronic illness, grief, and dysfunctional relationships. Okay. Thanks for the warning. Just check the option really quick. Ooh, they put a lot, probably greedy one. Let's expand that out a bit so I have enough time to read. I know how I am. Return. Every night I found myself alone in the studio, curtain drawn tight, my neat paint in a row, palette and brush in the same place, on the drawer by the easel. The canvas upon it sits, as always, unfinished. Maria's half-painted face frozen in the silent song. Remind me much of a Layer of Fear. And then that other one that we played, I can't remember. It's another art one. It is late. It's late out. It's late out, and as always, it is always here when I'm awakened. When I'm awakened here. Yeah, I get that. Maria is nowhere to be found. She must still be in the theater. Even when the curtain falls and the stage lights dim, the night is forever young to the Star Sopranos. I would always wait outside her dressing room, roses in hand. Score of other bright-eyed admirers spill out, though sheet alone. The sheet alone with mine. Ooh, okay. And I was hers. Hmm. It's cold, bitterly cold tonight, but I still draw the curtain and open the window wide. There's a stench in the room, deep and damp and sticky sweat, and sickly sweet. I can't, I can't ever seem to get rid of it. Besides that, the fume from the linus oil makes my head spin. Every night, I measure out my paint, arrange the small dabs on the color on the palette from lightest to darkest. Titanium white and carnelian yellow to corpse brown and lamp black. I wet my brush with oil and gently start mixing the pigment. I might not. Hold on. It felt just a little bit like magic, watching them swirl and mix, forming new colors from old. Paint her hair, paint her face. Oh my god. Paint her hair. Oh, face. Fuck. My bad. I mix a warm tone. I mix a tone I warm as her cheeks as I envision Maria's sweet smile in my mind's eye. Her lips like roses, a graceful turn of her nose, and her eyes that glinted like stars under candlelight. It's no use. I can't focus. Her features are blurred in my mind, and a mass of oil and pigment smeared across my canvas. Holy shit. This is kind of where I've been for the last couple of days, trying to write, and I just can't focus. I sigh and scrape off the palette with a knife and mix a deep blend of black and red for the background instead. I apply my paint with generous dabs of oil, but it seems I didn't have to. The canvas is still wet from last night and the night before. I must have painted and repainted the same background countless times. Oh god. To say it's difficult to paint by lamplight, my muse nowhere in sight, is an understatement, of course, but lately those nightly hours are the only time I find myself able to lift my brush. I stop every few strokes.
Spirits, it hurts.
He spoke. Spirit, it hurts. I had joked at the pain that forced me away from the tailor shop. From the tailor shop meant that I could finally return to my paintings, at the very least. I never was any good at humor. Maria had sensed my worries, consoled me sweetly in her voice that could charm a stone to life.
Oh, Sam, don't worry. I have roles lined up for months. Go ahead and paint. We can still live comfortably.
Aww. She seemed joyous. I liked her voice. It hurt. A small part of it did, beyond the physical, beyond the ailments, to see her seek permission. To see her seek permission. And unable to care for my darling. The way we were young, brimming with talent, and crushingly unknown. But crushingly unknown. Well, she had been. I was and still am nothing. But perhaps finally it is now my turn to bring my vision to the world. It is. You're never too late to do so. If only it didn't hurt so damn much. Time passes and I still don't manage more than a few strokes. A small patch of dust over an already wet canvas. Small patch of dark over an already wet canvas. Or perhaps time hadn't passed at all. The broken clock on the wall would suggest as much. Perhaps seconds have lain still. The world outside unchanged, and I the only thing that moves. Have I moved? Is repeating the same brush strokes like a clockwork doll movement? No, you're not improving anything. I shiver and sigh. Perhaps sleep would be a better endeavor. I relate to this so fucking much. It's scary. And perhaps in that night, I will meet more success. Oh my god. I stand, setting aside my paints and palettes, and slowly move to shut the windows. I stop. There, outside in the front garden, barely lit by the street lamp, stand a figure. It could only be Maria. She bid goodbye to another figure, tall and broad shoulders, and then she laughed, a beautiful laugh, a heartfelt laugh, embracing him before he makes a reluctant exit on a carriage stopped by the gate. For a moment, I don't know what to think. A friend, a co-star, perhaps an admirable tenor she mentioned every now and then. Go away. I didn't see his face, but Maria's social circle had always been eclipsed from my own. Had always eclipsed my own. It must be, but why? But why would he come to our home? Why would she laugh that way? In the garden, in the midst of walking to the front door, humming to herself, Maria suddenly looks up. For a moment, her eyes go wide, and she blinks as if shaking herself from a daze. I instinctively step back from the windows. Perhaps it's guilt that made me do so. Maria is finally home, and oh, how I missed her so. How could the first thing I think upon seeing my darling be the worst thought my mind could conjure? For the first time in many, many nights, I felt just well enough to leave my studio, to leave the studio. I'll prepare Maria a pot of her favorite caramel tea. I'll listen as she tells me of the nights at the theater, 1,000 small anecdotes she'll never run out of, and maybe, just maybe, ask her again to sit for a portrait, for me, like she used to. The house felt larger than it used to. Perhaps I was shut in my studio too long still. How could I so quickly become a stranger in my own home? The memories are fuzzy, the years blurred together like a wash of oil colors. My mother and I carried our sparse luggage, stepping inside for the first time. My stepfather laughing, his elbow on the breakfast table, chattering over something he'd read in the paper. Then silent hallways and empty rooms. And then myself, welcoming my new bride to these solitary halls, hanging our newly taken portrait above the mantel. The walls are barren now. The walls are dark, leaving sickly trails of paint behind, tracing the place where I used to hang. Painting a photograph. Oh, it could be painting, but let's do photograph. The walls are laid bare. The pictures that hung on the pale wallpaper are gone. Blurry gray photograph of my parents, myself as a boy, and Maria. Oh, so many pictures of Maria, each display in their filigree frame. Oh, even our wedding photo, the two of us dressed in fine clothes I'd sewn myself. Smiling like a fool, even while a picture was taken. For how could we wear solemn faces for such a joyous day? Oh, it too is gone. The pale wallpaper stands bare, stripped to its bone. Confused, but with nowhere else to go, I continue through the house. As I walk, I pass the furniture my stepfather left for me. The shelves and table that always seemed so large and grand as a boy, but now missing and or mantled in thick with white linen. White linen. Blech. They remind me of corpses on the hospital table, lying dead still, covered in sheets. Maria? Oh, my name is Sam. I try to call out, but phlegm blocks my throat. I cough long and drawn and wet, and then once more attempt to voice her name again. Maria. It slicks off my tongue like a serpent uncoiling. I always loved her name, so tender and sweet, free of harsh syllables. Maria. It was a name like an impressionist fleur, painted in soft strokes on a fine oil brush, with a fine oil brush. It was the greatest joy in the world to join my name to hers. Silence filled the halls, a long drawn out silence, a held breath. Finally, my darling enters.
Sam.
What's wrong?
Is this a dream?
What? I cough again, another long, wet trail dripping from my lips.
Is it a good dream, darling?
I don't know. It feels like a nightmare.
Am I sick?
An awful, wretched nightmare.
I limped toward the sound of her. I limped toward the sound of her voice, so musical, so lovely, even at the brink of tears. Don't cry, darling, I want to say, but thick, syrupy liquid filled my throat. No matter what troubled you, I am here. She stands at the edge of the staircase, shaking, a candle in hand. The steps are sticky and wet. I inch carefully, practically crawling, not to slip. My darling, lift the candle as I approach. In the dark of the house, it flickered. Its flickery flame almost blinded me. I don't see the expression on her face as she screams.
Marie? Where are you, my darling?
What the Every word felt like a dagger puncturing my throat. What the? I limped down the hall, leaving a trail of steps that felt damp and heavy, slick and wet. What the hell? I tried the door to our bedroom. No, Maria's room. I had started sleeping in the spare one, when my coffee fit would wake her at night. It was so cold alone, but my darling needed her rest. What? The knob is slick and hard to twist, my hand slipping from the brass. Finally, I managed to push the door open. Though it's completely dark when I peer inside, I know it is empty. No warmth, no flesh, no sound of sweet breath within. I continue down the hall. I trudge, my steps heavy and wet, trying not to slip over the thick, slick surface.
Marie? What's wrong, darling? Please, come out. I don't understand.
The dining room is empty, truly empty. The shelf the shelf where the china and silverware were once neatly stacked now gape, hollow. The walnut table covered with a thick white sheeting that matches the chair the the set of chairs removed. I lay against the blanket at the table. My hand leaves a reddish smear against the sheet. It must be more paint, but it's hard to make out in the dark. Oh, did he have what is it, tuberculosis? And he coughing up blood? I needed I needed spectacle for quite some time, but Maria had never liked the bookish type. I continued through the familiar yet unfamiliar house. My steps strained and slow, my breath short, sticky, wet.
Marie, where are you? Oh, Marie, it hurts. Won't you come to me?
I hear the front door slam shut. I must be freezing. It must be freezing cold out. Why has she gone out into the garden? I tread the sound. I tread to the sound with new urgency, uncaring of the sticky, wet floors, forgetting for just a moment the pain of the snaps and burned through my flesh. I reach for the oily, damp knob.
Don't! Sam! Please!
Her voice rings from behind the door.
I don't understand, darling. Have I done something to upset you?
Her sobs echo loudly. I never thought an ugly sound could come from my darling lips, but her words.
I love you, Sam. I always will. But I can't bear to see you like this. Please, I beg of you, return to where you came. You can't be here. I've moved on now.
What?
Completely just flipped on his head.
Return where? Dearest, you aren't making any sense. Moved on? I'm your husband, Marie. What on earth is there to move on from?
Sorry, no, we're in the middle of it, but I'm trying to gauge where this is going because there's so many places where this can go. The only one that I can imagine is he's dead. That's the only one that's actually drawing out, but there's also a few others, but that one is the most conceivable one, that he's dead from an illness.
Please remember, Sam. You were ill. You were ill for a long, long time.
He never recovered.
You never recovered.
I know I'm unwell, Marie. But you said we would still... Are you leaving me? Because I can't care for you anymore? Is that it?
You left me! You're dead, Sam!
That's what I figured.
You've been dead for more than a year.
If this is a joke, darling, it's a cruel one.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Do you want me dead? Is that it? Am I better off dead to you?
Oh, come on, man. My darling did nothing but sob behind the door. How I quickly regret my words. If only I could have seen her face, looked into her eyes, reassured her, and see that she loved me still. I twist the knob with slick, oily hands.
No! Don't come out! Please!
On the other hand, with a sharp gasp, my darling grasped the knob closed, pushing the weight of her small frame against the weathered wood.
Don't come out!
Oh my god! I mean, honestly, the main thing is to let her go. To realize that, you know, you're dead and no coming back. Oh my god. Yeah. But going to the context, he's so set on it that he's still alive that he would force the door open. But to give it a happier ending, we'll let her go. But we may come back and force open the door and see what happens. But this is mine, where you let her go. I let go of the door, my hands slicking off its oily surface.
Forgive me, Marie. I can see that you don't want to speak to me right now. But whenever you do, whatever this is about, I'll be waiting in the studio.
I leave the door, I leave my darling alone, sobbing in the garden. It is dark, so very dark, but dawn will soon paint that dim black sky. I retrace my slick, wet footsteps through the hall, up the staircase, only one trudging, damp step at a time.
Spirits, it hurts.
It burns. I feel no breath in my lungs. My chest could be a hollow cavity, slippery and wet, spilling with hot, sickly fluid.
It hurts. Oh, it hurts.
I stagger into a tall, sheeted covered object. The lining slide off with a grasp of my clammy, slick fingers. It's Maria's floor-length mirror.
No. Oh no. no, 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 no!
Oh my god. In my studio, a dark, dim studio, as empty as it is every night. The curtains are shut and the lamps are unlit. My palette is a mess of murky colors, rust red, corpse black, and murky and musky, sickly, sweetly rotting stench filled the room. I don't know why the smell of linseed oil bothered me so much. After all, I no longer breathe. The handle of the door turned behind me. Slowly it creaks open and a figure steps inside. It's me. He limped more than he stepped in crooked motions against the floor, dragging his body along like a wet, wide brush. It swelled. I have no idea what that word is. A red pool at his feet. I watched him pull himself along before the canvas.
Samuel.
Icon of affliction. He speaks in my mother's voice, a tone that could swell the warmth or decision, command or dependency, pride or disappointment at a moment's notice.
Please, give up your suffering. Give up this. Come back to the earth with me.
My hands are too slick to hold my brush. I stab it into my flesh and fix it between my bones. Then drip the bristle into his blood.
Sammy.
He speaks in my stepfather's voice, but without laughter or joy. The same cadence I imagine him talking, taking his last breath. Crimson stained his uniform, the dog tags cold around his neck.
Don't suffer anymore, Sam. You are nothing already. Forget your pain. Return to the void with us.
My brush is drying. I plunge it into a chest, wet it with his oily breath.
Sam?
He speaks with my voice, hoarse, raspy, and tired. So very, very tired.
This won't make you worthy of love. Not the world's, not Marie's, not your friends or peers or critics. Come back to our grave. End our suffering. You know I don't do this for love.
I clean my brush with the paint thinners, knocking over the jar that spilled across the drawer and onto the wet, soaking floor. I dry my bristles on my worn, rotting shirt, then soak it in then soak it in the thick white mucus of his tears. My words are only partially true, just as his words are not fully wrong. Neither my rotting corpse nor the memory of what once was Sam will gain a thing from this toll. I paint the hours away, or perhaps take no time at all. The clock on the wall had never turned its hands, suggesting the world lies still. The second never passed, and I am the only thing that moves within it. It hurts, oh, it hurts. Heavy, syrupy tears flood my vision, fill my throat, my chest, choking me. Every movement of my hand leaves cracks in what was left of my brittle bones. It stared at me. It stares at me all the while, silent, still, like a mirror. If I loved him, I would stop. I would crawl back. I would crawl into my grave like he wishes. But I love this more than I love myself. I birth him from within me as I create, so too am I born.
And he and I are beautiful.
The self-portrait. Self-portrait. Complete yourself. And need to. Oh my god. That was amazing. Oh. I wonder if I could go. I didn't save anything. How long have we been going? It's only an hour. Let's go back. We're gonna go back through. So we can just go through this. Let's paint her hair. I blended a dark deep red on my palette and envisioned her hair in my mind's eye. Marie rarely ever bound her locks in a fashionable plait or ringlets, not even on our wedding day. I remember how she glossed back, how her glossy black waves almost shimmered beneath her veil. The color on my palette is as dull as mud. I sigh and blend it into the background instead. So we did photograph before, like do paintings. The paintings, I framed the seaside landscape I painted on our honeymoon, the watercolor sketch of Marie that I couldn't hope to capture the sheen of her hair. The still life of the candles and the flowers that have wilted because it took so long to finish. Every painting of a rose in the vase, the first gift the first gift I had ever given her.
I wanted to bring you some flowers, but I was afraid they would wilt before I saw you next.
You painted them.
Oh.
They're beautiful, Sam.
The naked wall stared blankly at me. Confused and nowhere to go, I continued through the house. Okay, so now we're okay. So force the door open.
No. Not until you tell me what's going on. Are you leaving me, darling? After everything? I need you. I need you!
My darling uttered a sharp cry as the hinge groaned against the frame, losing her grip as she stumbled back onto the cobblestone path. I instantly forget her sharp words as I limped toward her side.
Marie, are you alright? I'm so sorry.
Stop it, Sam. I'll keep you alive. Every time I sing, I'll sing for you.
Oh, that is so hard.
I'll keep you in my song. In my art.
Oh, but it hurt. Her shrill voice grates against the oozing spilling forth from my ears. Grate against the ooze spilling forth from my ears.
It hurts. It hurts!
My head ringed and my chest is a hollow cavity, slippery wet, flowing the hot, sickly fluid. I cough and spew more slippery, warm liquid from my lips.
Your art, it was always about you.
Oh, come on, Sam. Don't do this. Don't be an asshole.
Your fame, your voice, your needs, your wants, your desires.
Oh.
You were a work of art, of course. But did you ever think about me? Did you ever think about poor Sam dying alone in a cold, white room? Poor Sam, who couldn't even hold a brush in his hands at the end. Poor Sam, left to rot into nothing. A year was all it took for you to forget me.
I am shaking her, leaving smeared of dark, muddy paint all over her pale shoulders. The next movement, she breaks from me, running blindly into the street. Oh no. The car didn't stop for her. Of course it didn't. My dearest is a wisp of dark curls, a black gown billowing in the night like a shade. She should be a light of the breath, soft as mist. But the sound that comes is a scream of her breaking bones, her ripping flesh, and the breath that leaves her lungs.
every sound my darling makes is beautiful.
Oh God. I scoop her mass of flesh and deep crimson hair into my arms. Her blood pooled around me, slippery, syrupy and dark, a color so deep no artist pigment could hope to capture. The purest scarlet or venom red, a dull stain in comparison. It is not Sam that I am staring back, that I see staring back in the deep pool of our blood. My darling is a lovely creature, even broken. I gently carry her up the steps, one slick, damp, crooked step at a time, setting her mass of jitterbone, of viscosity and flush on the velvet seat of my studio. The fabric soaks it deep, very deep. It's dark. It is every night. I leave the lamps unlit, and the window shut tight. How strange the stench of linseed oil ever bothered me. After all, no longer breathe. My darling sits still, ever so still, not a breath escaping her broken flesh. What a lovely model. Oh, what a wonderful thing.
All the more beautiful now that it surely hurts to sing. Oh, it is agony to hold a brush. It always does. But I can bear it. After all, who can truly create without pain?
Oh my God. Muse. Holy shit. Ending one. Muse. Investigate? What's this? Sorry, we're gonna continue. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I stepped through the darkness of the house, inch by inch, choking back dust and tears that threatened to spill. It's been months since I last stepped foot in here, but every floorboard, every turn of its halls are as familiar to me as when sunlight once shone through the windows. Sam always opened the window when he worked in the studio. No matter the weather, no matter how rainy or freezing cold. The same window that now were open gaped from the garden outside. Someone had been through this house. Everything of value I have taken with me months ago, of course, but though I could not bear to stay any longer, but I couldn't bear it even less to let this place go. I, Sam had grew up here. This place meant so much to him, and I had so many memories housed here, deep within its walls. I didn't spend less and less time within them as the year went on. I didn't mean to give Sam less and less, but I did. And then he was gone. My heel clack against the wooden floorboards as I step, and my footsteps echo in the dark. I stop at the doorway of the kitchen. The old rickety shelf gapes out empty, while the walnut table silently stands beneath its muffled sheet. On Sundays, when he wasn't off to the tailor's at the crack of dawn, we would have breakfast together. I remember how he used to sit at the very table, combing through the newspaper, carefully clipping out any new photograph of me that appeared. A sound snapped me out of my memories. Muffled footsteps, not mine. A voice calling my name. My heart stopped in my chest. I swear I could hear him. Not the academic student in a hand-me-down green coat, full of life, nor a man who waited by my dressing room with roses, almost too shy to present them to me. Not a man in paint-stained apron hunched over his canvas, eyes locked in concentration. The owner of the voice couldn't be that man, but it has his voice calling out to me. My mind is playing a trick on me. It can't be. Holding my candlestick tightly, I slowly approach the staircase.
Sam?
I call, peering into the dark above me. The outline of a figure stands. Its movement slow and haggard.
Is this a dream?
Oh. In the shape of the darkness, coughed. The shape in the darkness coughed and coughed again. Coughed again in wretched pain. I choked back my own sob in my throat.
Is it a good dream, darling?
He finally says.
I don't know. It feels like a nightmare. An awful, wretched nightmare.
As the figure steps into view, I blink against the flickering candlelight and finally look at him. My darling, oh my poor, precious Sam. No. What's left of him? Oh. So, I mean, the first instinct would be to scream, because that's not normal. But, with how she speaks of him, with how the tone is, is I feel like she would just embrace him, just fall into his arms. Just that one last time, no matter how scary he seemed. Just to recognize that it's him, to embrace him would allow everything to go away. He would go silently into the night. Oh, we'll come back. Hopefully we'll come back. I'll just scream right now. I want to do embrace, but I'll save that for very last. Oh, there's no more? Oh, because the rest of it is already heard. Okay. Embrace.
I love you, Sam.
Oh. I say through my tears, climbing the staircase, one shaky step at a time.
I always will.
My arms meet rotting fabric and broken flesh. My lips meet bone and blood. Take me with you. I tried to speak, but gag.
Don't cry, darling. No matter what troubles you, I am here.
Singer found dead. Oh, wow. I need 3. The Muse of Tragedy. Holy shit. Oh, that was brilliant. Oh, I'm so glad I played that. Holy shit. I loved game like that. That was so good. Oh my god. And now I want to go and write. That was so fucking good. That's definitely one that I would recommend. And it's free to play. What were they called? It Paints Me. It pained me. That was brilliant. That was so good. So I'm glad I didn't give up because I wouldn't have found that game. That was so worth it. Oh my god. I definitely want to look for more of these, cause especially the gothic type games, because the voices were perfect. Marie's, that was a gorgeous sounding voice. Oh my god, that was so good. Okay. Well, it wasn't terrifying, which really sucks, but that's just how it happens sometimes is I plan for one thing and it diverts another way. But you get emotional. It was All very good. Yeah, I'll definitely find myself going back and playing that again. Just to the way the description was just spot on. I loved it. And it's so quick too, so yeah. They were good. Very good. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys were able to, when I was reading, I was articulating, because I got so enraptured in the story that I was just reading. So hopefully it was articulated well and I could understand. And I'm sorry if you didn't, but it was all written underneath. So, but, yeah. So that was those games. I think I'm gonna go and buy. I'll get it tomorrow. I'll buy the Echoes of the House, and we'll play that later on, and then I'll come back with we'll definitely be doing The Sims soon. So I just have to get back into streaming and stuff. So, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me for tonight. Thank you guys for watching either on or off stream. It means a lot to me. And just be set for more videos. I have a lot of videos planned, so they're not going to be gaming videos, but just writing stuff. So, but yeah, thank you guys. Have a good night. I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.